For the younger Buddhists, sometimes scriptures is scripture, modern living is modern living. They find it very hard to reconcile the two. Buddhism is a bit more sedated. It's like wine, it becomes purer with age and experience. I was from like a not Buddhist family. We were like, normal Chinese Taoist family, and then we went to our bai bai. We have an altar at home. Our parents would offer their joss sticks. So this is the kind of like family we grew up in. When I was in primary school, one of our uncles had an accident, and my dad was really worried. So he will be offering joss sticks to the deity hourly to ask that the uncle might live through this incident. So unfortunately, he did not. And I think after a few years, grandfather passed away. After that, then I think the family kind of got a bit of religious. The point where I started was in secondary school. In our generation, we have something called religious knowledge, RK. It was an O-level subject, so I chose Buddhism, the easiest, something I'm most familiar with. It was just more theory. The teachers teaching then, I suspect they should be Buddhist, but they were just going through the materials as well. After that, I kind of signed up for a class. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I just kind of signed up for a class at the Buddhist lodge. That was when I was just 15, 16. They had a weekend Saturday class, so prime time for us to go out. But then I went for the class. The class was in Mandarin, and it was by a China monastic as well. So the accent and the way things were taught, so wow, chim, just one word here, chim. So I just try hard not to fall asleep. And the classmates were all more senior people, 40s, 50s, 60s, very old people. There I was a kid in the class, just trying to learn as much as possible. There was this hole, there's this void that I was trying to fill. That is this the real Buddhism, which is the real Buddhism rather than the school Buddhism kind of thing. So I signed up for it to know more. I finished O-level, went for A-levels, and then army. So weekends we can book out, so we can go home. Sometimes I go to the temple and help out. I wasn't the fittest guy in the platoon and things like that. There are instances where I find it very difficult to catch up with army training. Somehow the faith kept me going. I still remember the imagery would be, Buddha was just around, and just cheering us on. My family wasn't well-to-do. I was the first one to go to a local college. I think I was year 2, so we had the chance to go for exchange program. And then me wanting to go experience life a bit differently. So I signed up for one. I didn't expect to be picked. Family was quite happy, but family was a bit stressed because I had to go to the States, so the exchange rate was 1 to 1.7 kind of thing. The local students would host us for games. Again, a lot of partying, a lot of clubbing, a lot of food. I was there for the fall semester. So then there was Halloween, there was Thanksgiving. Whoa, lots of partying. That generation was where the mumbo jumbo thing was going on. That was also the first time, I came real close to people who are on drugs, people who sleep around. Sets me thinking, is this really what we want to do? Finances was one thing, so I couldn't afford to go for too many party sessions. After finishing assignments, then I would, go read up. And that was where I think online streaming just started as well. So there were a lot of online videos on Dharma discourses, Dharma talks. So I just paid more attention to that and start watching and knowing more and thinking about life a bit more. During the early part of uni, I had a lot of internship with press. I was with 早报, 晚报, 新民, all the tabloids for a while. As interns as well, they sent us out for a lot of outside assignments. Also remember very vividly that we were sent for mortuary duty every week. That's also the time where I see a lot of all these accidents, people dying, theft. Yeah. After I graduated, I went to a nursing home. I was doing volunteer management, events management. It was also an excuse, rules for me to get my family to get used to the fact that I wanted to renounce my life. So they have to get used to the half working, half philanthropical, giving up my life kind of lifestyle. It was not conventional. Nobody in my generation became a monastic. I'm a Chinese family, elder son, been to college. At my generation, going through college is kind of like a big thing. So they were not so willing to let it go. They chose not to talk about it. They're like, just brush it under the carpet. My mom was okay because she knows friends from temple. She has been to temple, so she knows the lifestyle. My dad not so receptive. He thinks it's a very harsh kind of lifestyle to go through. He was not really happy about it at all. He would prefer his son to just go work, get rich, and do something else. When did they really change? It was after a long while actually, after I came back from Taiwan. They saw my lifestyle, and then that's where their views changed actually. It was really tough. I was thrown into college immediately after tonsure. So there was no time for me to get used to the lifestyle. It was really regimental. It was like BMT all over again. It was in Taiwan, so the culture is a bit different. Even though I was quite effectively bilingual, but then the college means everything is in Mandarin. So, lifestyle very difficult to adapt to. Language was a bit of a challenge. Cultural kind of thing, how people deal with each other is very different from what we have in Singapore. So I find it really difficult. And then I was homesick a little bit. So at that point, in the beginning, I was thinking, should I come back? Should I not come back? That kind of thing, yeah. Buddhism talks about impermanence, talk about pain, suffering. If we haven't been through that, it's very difficult to appreciate pain and suffering and impermanence. So sometimes it requires a bit of age and requires a bit of life experience. The current youth, the suffering is very different from the parents' generation. It's more on mental stress, but it's because of this that makes Buddhism more relevant. Buddhism talks about mental state, how we control our mind, our desire. Buddhism should be very relevant to the youth of today. When I first started doing social media, it was again uncharted territory. Everybody was looking at us as like the guinea pig kind of thing. If we get flamed, everybody would just shrink back kind of thing. I was also apprehensive. I don't know what to do. But then I think the environment was a bit more merciful, a bit more forgiving. It was easier to adopt, I think, at my time. I wouldn't say I'm the pioneer, but then things picked up. After I appeared in a few media, I think everybody starts to look at this a bit differently. It's definitely a way to let people understand more about the faith. People are not reading books, not reading papers, definitely not reading scriptures. I think it's the way to go, but how we do is uncharted kind of territory, and the kind of algorithms that work in TikTok might not work in our favor. TikTok is more light-hearted, funny, a lot of music, dance, and kind of things. For monastic to do that kind of thing, it's not really appropriate. If we do TikTok video, I hope people give us some leeway, some legs to explore if this is something where we should do. So this also brings back the point that within the monastic, we need to draw our own boundary. What can be done, what cannot be done. And this has been long overdue. Our rules are still 2,000 years, 2,000-year-old rules. In today's living, I think a lot of things need to be readapted to modern living. In Buddhism, like I said before, impermanence is one thing. So everything should evolve with age.